Hey guys, so crazy. I just went live in here and I know it's going to give you a notification and I just disconnected because I thought it wasn't actually recording. Usually it tells me like how long it is or whatever, and I've had instances where it's not went on live. I don't know, it's weird. But anyway, I wanted to talk about this thing called the storefront, and this sparked all these thoughts that I'm going to share with you today because I listened to a team call that had Bonnie Engel on it. I can't tell you what call it was. I'm sure I wrote it down somewhere, but I am so like unorganized right now. But anyway, she was talking about how like giving social media tips and things that like she thinks about when she's posting things on Facebook. And you know, guys, like as coaches of us coaches who are out there really working to try to inspire and help other people change lives and build a business for ourselves and our family, we are constantly having to post stuff, right? That is like the main backbone to our business. Like I cannot tell you, before I was even a coach, I was doing this and I was sharing my journey and I was using everything and I was excited and doing all those things. And so kind of naturally, like I started to get people talking to me and stuff like that. This is my 4th year and I'm still learning stuff. And so this is something that I learned that I wanted to share with you. But if we're not posting and we're not utilizing our social media sites like we can, like it's a free site. Like what other business gives you a free avenue to be able to find customers or clients to work with? What other, like where else is this something for free? It's a free tool for you to use, and that we just have to learn how to utilize that in a way that will help benefit our audience who's watching us. Okay. So when you become a coach, if you're a new coach, really thinking about your Facebook is no longer a family friends environment. Okay. It's no longer somewhere where you're just going to post and blast all your family stuff on or your children's photos and things. And I think sometimes when we are newer coaches, we have this, we're like right here in the middle and we don't know if we want to kind of post our sweaty pics and all these things because we don't want to, offend people. We don't want, church members maybe being like, oh my gosh, she's like half naked on there. We don't want judgment from other people, right? Because most of the people that are on our Facebook or our social media site, whatever social media site, are people who you love and who know you and trust you. And that's scary because they're probably like the most judgmental people, right? If I think about myself, my family is the most judgmental of me. And I don't want to offend anyone or embarrass anybody. And I think that is where we as coaches kind of have this hard time knowing what we want to do with our social media. And I have to say, you have to break through that barrier. What's up, Andrea? Oh, thank you. It's, good old Navy. It's nice and warm too and super soft on the inside. But anyway, so this place where you're at when you begin to become a coach, and maybe you've been a coach for a while, because I know sometimes there's some things that I don't want to post on my Facebook because I do have family and stuff. But last year when I started really learning and diving into how to utilize Facebook, like literally just Facebook, I started to learn that you have to switch your mindset first. Like you have to start thinking about it as your storefront. Like think about it. If you were to go to Walmart or Target, okay, which one do you pick? Because I know that like every 10 miles or 20 miles, there's a Walmart or there's a Target or anything like, Home Depot and Lowe's, like they're everywhere you turn, right? Starbucks, they're everywhere you turn. But how do you determine which one do you go to? Do you go to the one that's closer to your home? Do you go to the one that's, all the way across town? And why do you go there? Most times we go to these stores because we're comfortable there, right? Are you going to go to the store? I know for me, from where I come from, there's like a good side and a bad side, and today I'm going to just say east side, west side. Okay, west side, east side. And I want you to take this into consideration, because this comes from what I think about in my hometown where I'm going to go shop. And I'm going to take Walmart, for example, because that's where I used to go 90% of my time to grocery shop, to get clothes, to get household things. I mean, just run right down to Walmart, right? And where I lived isn't the best of communities. And at one Walmart near my house, there are lots of people who do drugs. There are lots of panhandlers in the parking lot. And as soon as you pull up to a store, you can kind of tell like what the clientele is going to be in that store, right? From the cars that are sitting in the parking lot, from the people who are hanging out in the store, what the beautifications look like on the outside. Like, do they have trees that are broken? Do they even have flowers like when you come in and you drive in? You know, how pretty does it look? You know, is there a weird dirty Spider-Man like, you know, welcoming your kids into the store? Yeah, that's what comes out at Walmart where I used to live. Okay, this weird guy, can't see his face, and he looks like Spider-Man, like whole like covered, and he's dirty, like he couldn't even wash it, like. And I know he's out there trying to panhandle money, but he's trying to provide happiness and things to people too. But nevertheless, this Walmart is in the ghetto. It's in the hood. Like, there is not like beautiful houses next to it. There's not like beautiful trees. There's a ran down mall that's across the street. There is like, it's crazy, guys. Okay. If you went to that one, you'd probably be like, I don't want to go to that one. So on the other hand, though, I could run 10 minutes on the other side of town in a different town, which is like over 2 bridges. And I could go to the east side where it's more of like a newer development. There's lots of places to shop. There's lots of places to eat. When you're driving in the parking lot, there's flowers everywhere. There's nice big trees. They're very green. The cars in the parking lot are a lot different than the cars in the parking lot on the west side. And you have mostly working parents and families, and you have, you know, they have nice plants and stuff. So if I think about it, I'm going to go over to the east side probably because I want to go shop in the nicer place. I want to go shop where I'm not going to get like bombarded by someone with my kids in a dirty Spider-Man suit, right? I know that the people on the east side are probably people I could relate to and talk to easier, and the people on the west side I may not want to talk to, or if I do that, you know, my kids kind of start to freak out. And this is a true story for me. So you have to think about your social media site in the same way. How do you want people to portray your store? In those 2 stores that I gave you, where do you think people are going to shop mostly? Well, they go shop at each store, but which one do you think will have the better reviews? Which one do you think will people remember to go to if they need something? And that's exactly what happens with our social media. It works the same exact way. It is your storefront. It is the place where people come and they get to know who you are, but they also to see, what do you have to offer me? What do you have to offer? Like, what is your content? What is the value to me? And so you have to be careful that when you're posting things on the social media, it's not all me, as in like, it's not just the Sherry show. As Ashley Molstead, I was listening to a call of hers, and that's what she calls it. It's not the Ashley show. You need to make sure it's a show for everybody. Everyone needs to feel connected and needs to feel like a part of your store. That's why they're going to show up, and that's why they're going to remember you. What if, like, I went to, you know, a store down the street? Say you thinking about it in another way. What if you go to a store and you drive by it every single day on your way to work, and you see this store, maybe it's like a place to eat, like whatever. So you see it every day, and one day you see, and man, there, you know, that's a new store. I've never seen that before. And then the next day you drive by and you see that it's closed, and the next day you come by and you see like there's some people hanging out in front and the open signs on. Then you go to work the next day and it's closed again, and then you go by the next day and it's still closed, and then all of a sudden you go by there the next week and there's all these people there, or there's something going on outside, you just kind of don't know what it is. Would you remember to stop there when you were hungry? Would you think like, hey, I want to go somewhere for dinner or lunch today? Would you think about going there? Probably not, right? Because they are closed half the time. You probably don't know when they're open. You kind of don't know what they have to offer or eat because they really don't have anything out there. And you never really see cars in the parking lot. And this is exactly what happens to your social media. That's exactly how it happens when you're not consistent in posting, when you're not consistent in sharing what you have to offer, when you're not consistent on sharing the value of what you have to offer, when you're not consistent in sharing what you've overcome. And I'm going to give you guys some tips here at the end of what things that I do that have helped me grow my social media. And that I feel is been responsible for a lot of the referrals that I get and a lot of the outreach that I get from people down the road, okay? And this can happen like years down the road. And I truly believe if I think back and when I started to think about it as a storefront in the last few months, is that like things now 3 months in are starting to like go crazy a little bit. So I want you to think that the next time that you don't want to post something, that it's your storefront, and what would happen if it was an actual store that people had to come to, and just try to think about it in that sense. So here's some tips that I wanted to give you. That have helped me be able to find avenues to get people to respond and talk on social media, because I think another thing that we get discouraged with is when people don't like things and when people don't comment on things. And you know, for me, this week marked my 1 year. My 1 year from doing my first Facebook Live. And I remember when I first did it for the first few months, no one watched them. Nobody got on. But every day I faithfully got on and I kept doing it. And I've been doing it for an entire year. This year, 1 year later, I have maybe 40 people that will watch my video, okay? And I only have barely 1,200 friends. I don't even think I have 1,200 friends yet, but on Facebook. So if you think about that growth, like in 1 year, it's taking all of this effort and all of this work. And a lot of times, a lot of us aren't willing to do that because we become very judgmental. Like, is this really working? Or, you know, what we're doing, is it we're really working? Yes, it's working. And the reason why I know it's working is because when I go to message people, and invite people, they're like, I've been watching your videos and oh my gosh, you're so inspiring. And I'm like, what? You've never liked a video and I've ever seen you liked a video. You've never commented. You've never interacted with me. So you have to remember in the back of your head that you cannot judge anything off of likes or comments on any of these posts. You have to be faithful on your journey and you have to be faithful in sharing it in your storefront. So, some tips. So here's a tip is make sure that you're knowing when to post. The times that you post are very, very important. Okay. So sometimes I'll post something and it may be like an off time. Maybe it'll be like right now, 10 o'clock. And for me on the West Coast, a lot of people are at work right now. They're not on their phones. They're not like able to get in there, and comment and stuff. So, you know, I may post something that's really of added value and, no one will interact on it. So if it's something that you really want people to pay attention, make sure it's on a time that you know that your audience is all on their phones and on Facebook. And I like to do like noon or 12:30 because everyone's like on their lunches. So that's good. Evening times work too. Like you have to think, when are people done with their family and their kids and now they're sitting on the couch waiting for their show to come on and they have their phone in their hand. Like, what do you do? When do you get on? When are you most likely to scroll through Facebook? When are you mostly likely to get on the internet? That's the times that you post, because the people that you hang out with are and attracted to you are usually those people that are doing the same thing. So what do you post? So what you post is crucial. Like, so everything that you post is presenting you. So if you are talking negatively, if you're posting stuff that's negative, if you are engaging in other people's posts that are negative, if you're allowing people to tag you in things that are negative and you don't take it down, or you don't take your tag off of you, the tag off of, take you off that tag, then that is what people are seeing when they come to your Facebook. They're seeing how inconsistent you are if you're not posting every single day. They are seeing, you know, and you need to ask you, if you go to your Facebook, and I can say I do this probably twice a day, and I go and I scroll through my Facebook. I look at the first 4 things in my Facebook and I see, oh, what is someone going to see? What are they going to learn about me? And I do this every single day. And if I see something up there that someone's tagged me to, and it's like, it's not something that I want to portray on my timeline or as for me, I will take myself off of it. But I do want people to be able to tag me in things, because most of it is, you know, us and, you know, all of our transformations and all the excitement stuff. And I love that stuff. So, so that is a tip. Another thing is so basically that second one is about value. Make sure it's adding value to other people too. Is it something that could help someone? So make sure it's good content. It's not negative. It's something that you want to attract. And is it going to help somebody in their life? And is it sharing something about your life too? So then what do you share? Okay. And I know a lot of times when I started on this, it was very hard for me to figure out. And I honestly can say the only way that you're ever going to learn this is that you go and take the initiative to go find the top coaches who you relate to. You need to learn about their stories. You need to see how they're posting. You need to see what their Facebook looks like. You need to see what their Instagram looks like. You need to go to YouTube and see how they talk. You need to see what they're talking about. You need to take their trainings. You need to watch all of their training videos. They're all on YouTube for free. Like, this is where I learn all of this stuff. So, and that's basically how you learn what to share. But here's some things that, you could start thinking about. Successes. What successes have you accomplished in your life? What are some failures that you've accomplished in your life? What are the barriers that you had when you started? Why did you even start with Beachbody? Why did you start working out? Those are things that you have to talk about. And then you have to, in the same post, be able to talk about how you overcome those barriers and how doing the programs and drinking your shake or whatever has helped you overcome and become a better person, because for your goals of yada, 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 what that is. And if you go to my page, I talk about that a lot, about where I was, how I overcame it, and where I'm going. Ever since I've been doing that continuously, people are able to connect with that. Are you showing your imperfectness? Okay, if you're a person that's always posting like everything's great and you know that everything is freaking crumbling on the outside and the inside, outside of that computer, then you're not being authentic. You're not being your authentic self. You need to be able to show and share some of the imperfectness that's going on in your life. So if you're if you've been working all day and your living room is super crazy because your 4-year-old kid has like all his dinosaurs strung out and all the cars strung out and all the Legos strung out on the table, and your dishes are still in the you can see what I need to do today, right? And your laundry is like overflowing, then you share that imperfectness and you let people know why it's like that, because you're on a mission to help change other people's lives. And if you can live with a dirty house, that's not going to give you your future, right? So those are kind of things how I think about, and other people need to see that you relate to them too, because not everyone's houses are spick and span, and not everyone's lives are spick and span. You need to share another thing to share is pain from the past. I'm not here to tell you, I'm sorry. So I'm trying to change that about myself. I'm just giving you some recommendations. So pain from the past, like for me, pain from the past is living like ever since I was probably like 8 years old. I mean, even younger than that, with fear and anxiety and always wanting a different living environment, always wanting something different. And the pain from my past is what fuels my future. It's what fuels my mission. It's what fuels my passion. It's what fuels what I share every single day on social media. It's what fuels all the choices that I make every single day with my kids. And when I grew up and I wanted to be able to just to have a happy home and just to be able to have live without anxiety, that's what I think about when I'm raising my kids and why I'm doing this now. So, and that's how deep it has to get sometimes for you to be able to relate, for other people actually to relate to you. And then that pain from your past, how have you overcome it? And as a coach, if you're doing personal development, you're working out every single day, you're drinking the shake, you're hanging out with us, you're coming to events, you're going and you're trying to do these things and you're learning on your own and you're going into the Coach Online office and you're going to YouTube and you're getting to know who the top coaches are and you're getting to know who the top trainers are. If you do that work on your own and if you do that and you hang out with us and you take the recommendations, then you will overcome that pain and you will find yourself where you're going to have a deep ass why and you're going to have a deep ass passion to go out there to help other people do it too, because you know so many other people that are hurting right now. And that's how I think about it. So I'm going to help to share how I overcame that pain of shyness and anxiety and broken homes and what I'm going to do and not to allow my kids to grow up the way that I did. So those are some things. I know this got a little long, and I really feel that this has helped me so much. And I'm actually going to get on here and share some things because the actual proof to this that it does work. I've proven that this is work. I've worked really hard, and yes, I haven't seen some things sometimes, but I can prove that it works. So this morning I get a message from a lady that I used to work with, and the last time I messaged her, it was March 25th, 2016, almost a year ago. I said, "Hey, how are you? I wanted to say thank you for all the likes on my post. It keeps me super motivated and to keep me going. How have you given any thought to joining me?" And she's always comment and like on my stuff and all that stuff. And she says, "Hey, you so much is..." Oh, she never responded to me. Okay. So then today, out of the blue, I get a message from her. "Hey, you, so how much is your starter kit for your shakes? Doctor wants me to drop 20 pounds. So when a year later, she never responded to me. She's been following me. Sometimes she likes my stuff. A lot of times lately she hasn't. I haven't seen her in a while. Haven't talked to her in a while. She thought of me when the doctor told her she needed to lose 20 pounds. And that, my friends, is what you are supposed to go out there and do through social media and your storefront. That's all I got to say. Mic drop. I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for watching me. Thank you, Andrea. What's up, Kayla? I miss you so much if you're on. I hope to see you soon. And let me see. I don't ever read these because I get so distracted and then I lose my train of thought. I'm trying to get better at videos, so that's why I'm coming here. Let me see. Let's see. Now I'm going to look like one of those people just staring at the phone. Can I see this? Is it on? All right, guys. So, so I see someone. Hey, Cheyenne. Oh, I can't see it. Sorry, I'm still getting used to this Facebook Live. It has some blue thing on here telling me someone is saying hello. But anyway, I hope this helps you. Let me know if you have any specific questions about anything. That's what we're here for. We're here to work as a team, guys. We are a team together. And if you feel alone, then I have nothing to say, because have you been hanging out with us? Have you been showing up to the team calls? Have you been on the national wake-up call? Have you been doing these things? If you need help, reach out to Andrea and I. We will help you. Reach out to your upline, wherever. We are a whole team. It doesn't matter where we are or what we haven't done, what we've done. All that matters is what we do today. So it doesn't matter if you've been gone for years. It doesn't matter if you just started. As long as we hang out with each other and we keep each other grounded and motivated and inspired and be the best freaking models that we can for mentors in this world, helping people change their lives, then we will be in Belize one day. I believe that. All right, guys. Hope you guys have a good day. I got to go and take care of the son and my house. I'll see you guys later. Bye.